يقم وندرك العلي سويا.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. اللهم صل وسلم على حبيب الله صلاة تنجينا بها. اللهم صل وسلم على حبيب الله عليه أفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم. أبنائي الطلاب، بناتي الطالبات، الآباء الأكارم، الأمهات الكريمات، يسعدني ويشرفني أن نواصل منقطع من الحصص المدرسية في مادة اللغة الإنجليزية. وكان في الحصص الماضية تطرقنا بالنسبة ل خدنا الفعل وما يخص الفعل وانتهينا منه. بدينا الادجكتيف واخذنا فكرة عن الادجكتيف وما يخص الادجكتيف وانتهينا منه. بدينا بعد ذاك في ما يسمى بالروابط أو conjunctions. We have idea about many of the conjunctions that when we are going to use them to connect two different sentences or to connect two sentences to give one sentence. Today we are going to know or to see a new idea about the conjunctions. The clause of contrast. The clause of contrast. Here we are going to introduce it by using the conjunctions although, in spite of, and yet. What about them? Let us see the first example. Although it was raining, we went out. For example, yesterday. The second example, in spite of the rain, we went out yesterday. The third example, it was raining yesterday, yet we went out. As you see here, there is very different ideas. We have two ideas. The first idea completely differs from the second idea. And now we are going to know how to use these different ideas. Here, the first idea, it contrasts to the second idea. In this example, although it was raining, as you see, when it rains, anyone that is going to stay in his home or in her home. But here, in this example, he says that although it was raining, we went out. For anyone that when it rains, have to stay in his home. Here, well, it was raining last day or yesterday, and we were to stay in our home, but we went out. And here, there is a difference between the two ideas here, as you see. Although, in spite of, and yet. What are they? Although, in spite of, and yet. What are they? These are conjunctions. Use to connect to contrast ideas or sentences to give one sentence. This sentence we call it clause of contrast. And here there is very important two rules or three rules. The first rule is the first rule, when we are going to use although, the rule is going to be like this. For example, although plus subject plus verb. This is a sentence and the rest of the sentence. This is the first rule. Although plus subject plus verb. The second rule, in spite of plus noun or noun phrase or noun phrase, and the rest of the sentence, as you see here. Let us see what about these two rules. For example, although the gold is expensive, although the gold is expensive, what happened? Women buy it. Although the gold is expensive, women buy it. Let us see to rewrite this sentence by using in spite of. Here, when I'm going to use this sentence for a second time by using the conjunction in spite of, I can say in spite of the gold, in spite of the gold expense, and in spite of the gold expense, the rest of the sentence is going to be as the same. Women buy it. You see, as you see here in these two examples, the first rule says that after although have to be subject or subject and a verb, as you see here. Subject and a verb. Although subject, this is a subject and this is a verb. The rest of the sentence are the same. In spite of plus noun or noun phrase, as you see here. Noun, in spite of the gold expense. Here is expensive. Here we use expense. Type. Let us see. We have some examples here related for rewriting similar meaning for A and B. And this is most important thing for someone that is going to sit for Sudanese certificate exam. Have to know how to use these two rules. In spite of his blindness, as you see in the first example, he succeeded. And I have in margin although. As you see, the rest of the sentence is the same. He succeeded. And when I'm going to change to give similar meaning for the above sentence, I have to use although. Here it means I have to begin with although, like this. Although. In spite of his blindness, it is very important you have to put it in your mind. What is the tense here? What is the tense here? The tense here is past simple tense. He succeeded. And both of the part of the sentence have to be in one tense. This means if you have past symbol here you have to use the past symbol. If you have here present symbol, you have to use here present symbol. If you have whatever tense that you have in the part of the sentence, you have to use the first of part of the sentence as the same as the tense. Although here, in spite of his blindness, although he, I have to use the subject, is, although he is blind. Have to be like this. Although he is blind, although he was blind. Why? Because the tense here is past simple tense. Although he was blind, he succeeded. Do you see? Because the tense here, as you see, past simple, according to it, the tense in the two parts of the sentence have to be past simple. He succeeded, he was. He succeeded, he was. Let us see the second example. In spite of his kindness, no one loves him. As you see here, the tense here in this example, no one loves him. This is fact about someone. This is fact about someone. No one loves him. As you see here, this is present symbol. Here, we use the present symbol. And I want to give similar meaning for the first sentence. Although, I have to use although here. Although he is kind. Although he is kind, no one loves him. As you see here. From here, the present symbol, I have to use here, in this sentence, have to be present symbol. Here, past symbol, I have to use here, past symbol. Although he worked hard, he didn't pass. In spite, as you see here, in spite, in spite of his, in spite of his working hard, as you see, in spite of his working hard, he didn't pass. He didn't pass. He didn't pass. Worked hard. In spite of his working hard, he didn't pass. As you see, there is very important thing for me. This is transformation sentences, and you have to know how to use the rule yourself. We have here two rules. The first rule, although plus subject plus verb. The second rule, in spite of plus noun or noun phrase. But the most important thing for you when you are going to use these rules, there is very important. The most important thing here, you have to know more about how to form an adjective and how to form a noun from adjective. This it needs you to do something like this. It needs you to do something like this. Let us see some examples. Let us see some examples. And how can I change them by using the different rules? The use of, in spite of, or the use of in spite of, and the use of although. For example, although the exam was difficult, although the exam was difficult, we passed. We passed. Although the exam was difficult, we passed. Can say lies. See, the exam was difficult. Here, according to the rule, I can say in spite of the exam difficulty. In spite of the exam difficulty, we passed. As you see here, we passed. You see? Here, difficult is adjective. And as you see, we have subject, verb, and adjective. Here, in spite of the exam difficulty, I have to give the noun from difficult. The noun from difficult is difficulty. This means that you have to know more about the suffix. You have to know more about the suffix when we have an adjective and you want to give the noun from it, or when you have a noun and you want to give the adjective from it. For example, let us say in spite of her, in spite of her beauty, in spite of her beauty, she didn't marry. In spite of her beauty, she didn't marry. I can say although she was beautiful, although she was beautiful, what happened? She didn't marry. As you see, in spite of her beauty, she didn't marry. You have to know beauty and beautiful. This is the adjective from beautiful. This is the adjective from beauty, beautiful. Let us see another example. The boy was kind. The boy was kind. No one loved him. I have here, the boy was kind. No one loved him. I can say in spite of the boy, in spite of the boy, kindness. What happened? No one loved him. Do you see? Here, adjective with one syllable. When I'm going to get noun from adjective with one syllable, I have to add ness. I have to add the suffix next. I have to add suffix ness. Is it clear? As you see, here we have two rules related for contrast. The first, as you see in the first sentence, although the exam was difficult, this sentence is consists of the conjunction, the noun, verb, and adjective. As you see, the conjunction, the noun, verb, and adjective. Here, the noun is going to be your subject. The verb here helping verb and difficulty. When we are going to use it for a second time, here by using the conjunction in spite of, you have to use in spite of, this is conjunction, the exam, and you see the exam difficulty. The exam difficulty. Here we have the adjective difficult, and we have to get the noun from difficult is going to be difficulty. In the second example, in spite of her beauty, beauty here, it means beauty, this is noun. This is noun, and this is noun phrase. Both of them, her beauty, this is noun phrase as the rules say. In spite of her beauty, she didn't marry, although she was beautiful. Although she was beautiful. I get was from where? Why? Because the tense here is past simple tense. According to it, I have to use it. Here I have to use was. Why? Because was is the past of is. Although she was beautiful, she didn't marry. It's clear. The boy was kind. The boy was kind. No one loved him. I can say, in spite of the boy kindness, in spite of the boy kindness, no one loved him. Here, the most important thing for you and for anyone, when you are going to work something related for contrast, first of all, how to know how to use in spite of and how to use although. And the most important things you have to put in your mind that the tense in the two parts of the sentence have to be the same. When you are going to use present symbol is the two parts of the sentence. Past symbol is the two parts of the sentence. Here we have for students that is going to sit for Sudanese certificate exam, this examples is helpful for him to know the rules and by himself or by herself go and find something that related in this case in the different sheets or different books related for English language. Until here, I have to stop to continue inshallah. إلى هنا أترككم في رعاية الله وحفظه والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.